Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Yoga Shalom at Home. I'm Reb Cantor Lisa Levine, and I'm so happy that you're joining me this morning for this really special session led by our guest, Gad Levy Golan. Now, I only had a few moments with God when I was visiting Israel right at Simchat Torah, and he led this amazing short Tai Chi session, and I wanted to learn more. And I was supposed to learn more because we were supposed to do a session at the Dead Sea, but I caught COVID and I never got to the Dead Sea. So I wanted to learn from him, and I've been watching some of his videos. God practices and teaches Tai Chi and medical Qi Kung for over 40 years. He's the principal and founder of Life in Motion, which you can find on Facebook because I just joined it. He's it's an academy for graduating instructors in the bioenergetics and medical Qigong system that he's created. It's an exercise program based on an amalgamation of Kabbalah, Tai Chi, medical Yong, mindfulness, meditation, and guided healing. He graduated from the Australian Sports Authority as an instructor and served as a South Wales state representative at the Tai Chi Association of Australia. And in Sydney, God created a program of Kabbalah Tai Chi for Jewish renewal, which is how I ran into him through Reb Orna. So we are so delighted to welcome God with us today, and I hope you'll open your hearts, your minds, and your spirits to Gad Levy.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Hello, everyone. I'm really delighted to be here with you today. And as Lisa written to you all, it's going to be about our connection between heaven and earth, and our body and mind as the connector between these two. So that's a book I've written and published in Australia about 12 years ago, The Key to Chi. I'm going to read to you just a few sentences about the connection, the magical connection of heaven and earth, the magnetic connection of us to these two infinite powers, and then we'll start practicing. So the first thing first is that I call this program that I've practiced for 40 years, as Lisa said, the Inner Master program. As we connect to our inner masters, the inner master practice is a trip between heaven and earth. The state of mind you need to acquire during the practice can be sourced using the powers of Trinity of heaven, mankind, and earth. The more vivid your visualization of your natural and of your central pillar, the more refined your movements will become, and the more pure and cleansed will be your chi flow. Now, more to the, gravity as the representative of Earth is infinite. In the sense of your own timeline, you were born horizontal, and it was more than a year before you managed to keep yourself vertical. Eventually, we'll all end up being horizontal. So during the lifetime, we have the pleasure of relating to gravity and going with gravity or against gravity. We can go either up when we rise. I go against gravity. Every time I sink towards gravity. So what we should remember is this: your energetic system should flow like water, right? A waterfall or rain or snowflakes will fill them all during the session. And open your meridians, your meridian channels and gates of energy, and let your chi, the chi from heaven through you to flow to earth, and vice versa. Ground energy up means earth, ground energy flows through you to the heavens. We're going to feel that. All right, ready? Let's practice. Empty your lungs. Feet at shoulder width. Round your back. Inhale up and exhale down. we are now awakening this flow within our meridians of going against gravity, rising, and flowing like water, flowing down, chi sinking down as we flow vertically towards gravity. So these two forces are within us already. We just have to awaken them. When we sit in the car or in front of our computer, or even standing on a queue, we're not aware of those forces. Now the practice is a laboratory. We enter a sacred place within our body and mind, where we can work on these connections that flows through our body. It's the strongest, mightiest force that operates on us. It's gravitational force. It would be really silly to live a lifetime with ignoring it, and vice versa, or the opposite. If we work with it, we gain a lot. What do we gain? When we embrace the sky towards the heavens, it's called spirit rise. When we sink down, it's simply chi sinking down like water flowing down, like waterfalls within our body. Chi sinking down, spirit rise. Chi sinking down, spirit rise. What are these funny sounds that I'm making? It's a practice called Voice Guides the Intention, in order to be fully present. I don't want my mind to wander anywhere. How do I get it to be grounded? The mind. Now I'm talking about the mind, not just the roots here, as we are deepening. I make a sound, and that's called Voice Guides the Intention. And I'm fully present. I inhale through my nose. I open my mouth as a chimney. And let all the CO2 flow outside, all the used air out of my lungs. So don't be embarrassed. Make the sound. Scare the cat. And make the sound, you'll feel better. Okay, I want to take this body and mind and you with me into a higher realm. So how do I do it? I need to loosen up the joints. The joints are the connectors, right, between the bones. Puts together a skeleton, and this skeleton needs to be flexible. So I take my belly button fast from side to side, and I tap on my stomach and my back simultaneously. This is your lower dantian. It's the largest chi reservoir in the body. It resides between your pelvic floor to your perineum. Just like every object in the universe has a center, right? Everything, short or long, put your finger, find the center, it stands and it balances. It's one point. Where is that point in our body? Right here. 3 fingers below your belly button. So we want to be in mindfulness to that area. We want to gather chi into that area. Gathering chi. Gathering chi. Feel your reservoir. Fill it up. Stand still. Take your nose slightly forward, and then let your hands float to water level. Float easily. This weight of your arms and hands and fingers and your rings, all this weight flowing into your body. We're absorbing the weight of our hands and arms into our body. When we embrace the sky, we absorb infinity above to infinity below. Now it sounds quite spiritual, infinity above to infinity below, but I'm going to break it down for you. You take the size of your head, if we put it on the weight, it weighs, right? Take this weight of your head and sink it into your shoulders. Shoulders into the rib cage into the hip joints, and hip joints into the ground. Again, embrace the sky, infinity above, meets your head, and sinking down, head into shoulders, shoulders into rib cage into hips. One more time, inhale up, spirit rise. She's sinking down. We'll be back to heaven and earth energy, but we want to loosen up. So opposite hand and leg, shake, shake, shake. Opposite hand and leg, shake, shake, shake. And shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Bounce your heels, bounce, 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 bounce. Shake your skeleton. Yeah, so no traces, no blockages, it's all flowing. Shake your skeleton, shake your skeleton, shake your skeleton. Yeah, it cleanses, it detoxifies. Inhale up. The chi, the good chi come into you and flow through you. Cha. 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 We won't bore, and there is so much more, but we need to prepare the ankles to be flexible. So I'm rotating the ankle while the foot is empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Change directions. 1, 2. Now the earth spins 24 hours. So every spin, we now become aware of the energy. We're saying earth, but earth is not steel, and earth is not flat, as we know. Change legs. Earth turns 24 hours, spin. And when we spin, we awaken our mind into what's happening all around us. We are spinning. We're spinning in kilometers, in a speed of 1,100 kilometers per hour, this spin. How come we're not flying everywhere here? Because of gravity. It's so strong, pulls us into the ground. All we have to do is just let it do it. Let it do it. Don't resist. We sink down, we gain ground energy. Therefore, spirit rise. Chi sinking down. But we have to warm up the knees in order to do more, to get more and exchange more energy. Let's sink into our knees and rotate those knees so the synovial fluid will be released. Cha, 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 cha. Change directions. Cha, 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 cha. Hip joints, the central joints in the body and the largest joints in the body. Rotate them in big circles. Yes. Rotate them and loosen up all your lower back muscles, lower abdomen, the pelvic floor. Change directions. Make sure you are 360 degrees range in motion. Change directions. Range of motion. Your feet. Shoulders to ears. And drop. Drop. sack of potatoes. Let your body drop. And the knees bent. That's the stop. That's how we resist. Not crushing. We're not cabbage patch dolls falling onto the ground. We are holding firm. Firm. Feel this firmness. Once you sink, you give your body to gravity, become firm, stable. Fall prevention is here. All it is, drop. When you feel like you're sliding or you're losing balance, we all step on a banana every now and then. You sink down. Drop yourself 2 inches, hold the ground. It's amazing. All right. Lie in place with the ball, freeze all our intercostal muscles, make them flow. Feel first feel your intercostal muscles, touch them, feel them, feel your rib cage. This rib cage is now going to open and close. How? We imagine that we carry a big ball and the upper hand travels backward behind your ear. Take a deep inhalation and change hands. Now this hand mirror that hand behind the ear and flow. 1 and 2 and 1 and loosen up this rib cage, those rib intercostal muscles in the rib cage. Nice. Now they can move freely, so we can move to another pattern. That pattern is called the wave. Why the wave? Every time we transfer, shift body weight from one foot to the next, it's like hands in the river and push the river. Hands underwater, push the river. Inhale up, exhale down. Smaller one. As long as you feel the shift from one foot to the next, and the slide. Now it's a slide here for the hands, and it's a slide for your body from one hip joint through the pelvic floor onto the other hip joint. So feel the slide first, the outside, the hands, and the inside. Feel the cradle. In the water, push the water. Inhale up, spirit rise. Coming from the heavens, falling down into the rivers and sliding downstream, vapor rising from the ocean. Spirit rise. Snowflakes into the mountains, into the rivers. Ocean. Vapor rising from the ocean. So we are water changing formation from liquid, fluid to gas. Steam rising with the heat of the sun. Change from steam to fluid, called fluid dynamics. Fluid dynamics is very big in science. every hydraulic force and power is using fluid dynamics. So do we in the Qigong. Imagine this flow. The body is 50-60% fluid. So we let it flow. Let's embrace the sky. Let's bring the force from the heavens into our body. Gravity meets our crown point and sink through the neck, into the shoulders, into the chest, into the rib cage, into the waist, into the hips, under the ground. You notice my knees are outwards, right? Not falling in. Out. So the hip joints are open. And I can sink my body into the Kwa. Kwa is the largest chi reservoir in the body. So open your hips, open your knees, and sink the upper body into the Kwa. Be back with the heaven and earth. Let's loosen up now. Let's loosen up. And fly with the white crane spreading wings. Ready? Base. This hand is the base of the elbow. Upper elbow to base. Then your horizons contract, gather chi, inhale. Exhale down, cha. Relax and let go. Deep inhalation. Oh. We use this movement as a mantra, repeating mantra. I call it repetitive energy pattern. I have 27 of these in my book. It's the building blocks of my system, Tai Chi Gong. As you notice, it's not Tai Chi and it's not Qigong. It's an amalgamation that I put together after many, many years of practice with different Chinese masters. And here's a repetitive energy pattern that serves us as a mantra of opening and closing the body, expanding and contracting. It is spiraling up and spiraling down. Because water spirals, right? In the whirlpool, in the bathtub, water spirals down. Where do we feel it? Well, when we go down, we let our tailbone lead the way. So our tailbone is in a spiral energy down movement. Feel it. And when we rise from the crown. Spirit rise to your crown. Extend your awareness. Welcome patience and tranquility and equanimity as you expand. Spiral down, spiral up. Spiral down with your tailbone, spiral up with your crown. Feel the chi sinking down, spirit rise. Chi sinking down, spirit rise. We have a little dragon here in the Dantian, but it's sleepy. We're not thinking of it, so it's asleep. We want to awaken it. So how do we awaken the dragon, the lower Dantian? We hold it like an egg, and shake it and flip it and wake it up. Flip it wake up, wake up, wake up. So this area wakes up and feels flip motion within it. Flip, 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 and the hands are mirroring one another. So even when you expand, it mirrors. It becomes a nice Tai Chi flow when they mirror one another and you flip. You are relaxed and harmony takes place. Equanimity takes place. Meditation in motion takes place. Cha. 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 As you know, this is not just the arms. It's not my idiot movement, just moving the arms. The entire body turning. Feel it in your spine. Feel it in your crown. Feel it in your tailbone. And everything in between. You are rotating just like the center of the earth as it spins through the 24 hours. All right. Again, loosen up. Edge stitch. Restarting with the computer. Embrace the sky. Exhale down. Cross hands, so you close the body. It's called two, closed, contracted, so you can expand deep inhalation and feel the spirit rise. Keep sinking down. Again, frost much slower than before. It's more internal now. Feel it flowing within you. It's not so much the head sinking into and shoulders sinking into. It's the flow within. Find the flow within. Gravity operates within. Find it in a level of your blood cells. Find it in your bone marrow. Find it in every molecule of your body. Now feel the energy between your palms. The dragon is awakened and it's ground energy shooting up through your center line. Twisted hand turning and para gliding down. Again, carry the dragon, flip it, shoot up through the center line. Let it turn and come back to earth. Soft landing. Soft landing. That's what we want. Flip it. Rise towards infinity. Sink down. At your own pace. Going with gravity, but at your own pace. You are facing gravity. You are affecting time. Right? If we throw a stone now, or a rope or a stick, it would go much faster because it doesn't pace itself. Gravity paces it according to its weight, size. But we are pacing gravity. We are controlling it with our yi. What is yi? Yi is intention. Our intention slows gravity down. As it says, yi moves the chi, or energy goes where the mind flows, right? So here it's an exercise that makes you realize how much energy goes where the mind flows. Energy flows where the mind goes. He moves the chi. Simpler. All right, we'll be back. I imagine this session is an hour. I see that we went halfway through it, and body now is warm and flowing, and the channels have been opened, so we can grab more of what's out there. So first of all, imagination, such a power, right? Walt Disney made their whole career around imagination. So sit, open your hip joints and your knees, sit. Imagine that you have a big pond in front of you, a big boat, hold the rope, but you don't pull the rope to pull the boat with your hand, pull it with your hip joint. Grab the rope and you pull it hip and shoulder backward. What does it do? It starts to do many things. But first of all, it teaches the hip and shoulder to move as one. Cha, 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 cha. Pull the boat. Cha, 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 cha. Great. Tai Chi is so notorious for being grounding and working on our balance. When we are at chicken leg, we work on our balance. So come to chicken leg, be comfortable on that one foot that holds you firmly on the ground. Feel this foot with body weight. If you wish. You choose the flow, right? We walk fast, we shift fast, the body weight from one foot to the next. But when we shift it slow, we get a flow. But chicken leg is paramount. Standing firm is in chicken leg. My first master, Tzvi, Harold Weisberg, used to say, when you're on one leg, you test yourself, ask yourself, my balance? You want to hear the inner voice says, yes. Then you move to the next question. Am I happy? And you want a yes. And then you move on. So quickly ask yourself these two questions. Here, 1 and 2, yes, and move on. Chicken leg, tick the boxes and move on. Chicken leg, tick the boxes, balanced and happy. Because when we lose our balance and need a stick or something, we lose our self-confidence. We are shaken. Just like Paul Simon sings, "It's shaking my self-confidence," right? So so essential as we get back forward. From the ground, feel it rising from your feet, from your bubbling well at your feet, through your meridians. So spirit rise this time like a geyser, splashes the energy sideways. From the earth to the heavens, through our body. What happens if we want to direct it properly according to our intention in opposite direction? That ignites the chi immediately. When our mind goes in opposite directions, we are awakened. We awaken to a next realm, right? So we split the body, left, right, front and back, stretch and relax. Inhale. Relax. Do nothing. Come back to center. Back to center. This do nothing, this letting go, you feel you're going with gravity and you feel grounded and flowing like rivers within you. You let go, feel the flow flowing like Water fall into the ground, under the ground. Energy. Water. So heaven and earth energy, fire and water are everywhere, in every movement that we do. They're inherent. More of the balance. Go down. What balances me is this hand holding the ground here. This hand on one, it stays on one level, and that fixes my vestibular system in the ears, and I'm stable, I'm relaxed. So hold the ground like a vacuum now. Here, you vacuum yourself to the ground. Vacuum. Lock and rise. Lock and rise. We can split legs and hands at the same time. We've done it with the arms, you can do it with the feet as well. Feels good to be on one foot and not unbalanced, not shaken, balanced. It's our self-confidence. It's our trust of our body, mind to operate according to our will, according to our intention, and not let gravity do with us whatever it will do eventually. The curtain falls. Reach together. Reach. 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 Now we can sink deeper, deeper into the hip joints. Back to the wave. The lightness of being and heaviness of gravity taking you down. Vaporizing from the ocean. Waterfalls turning to rivers. The riverbed is your pelvic floor. Spiraling is the nature of water. So we're not spiraling down here only with our tailbone a little bit, this way and that way, but we can spiral this joint, the wrist, and spiral the elbow all the way out and back. Spiral the hand out like water flowing down. Where do they go down? Now at your tailbone. Spiral. The water are not just flowing vertically like a waterfall, they flow in a circle, the circular motion, and everything is circulating now. The wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, the hip, the knees. Your every vertebra from your spine is circulating. It brings health to the skeleton, the ligaments, to the tendons, to the chi flow at your arteries. Oh, we're talking arteries? I like to clean the arteries from all the Ben and Jerry's that I'm eating. How do I do it? I make sure it flows faster. How do I do it? Carry a lemon and throw it. Hold it, throw it. Hold it, throw it. Hold it, throw it. hold it through it, and jump, 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 jump. Change legs, we're going to the other side. This rapid motion, going into the water cycle in nature. This movement called cloud hands. Cloud hands depicts the lower hand is in the river, and then from the heat of the sun, fire energy up, it rises like a steam, a heavy cloud turning into snowflakes. And just below it, steam is rising. So one is going up, one down simultaneously. A water cycle in nature that gives us power of life. You noticed when Lisa introduced me, she said my academy is called Life in Motion. So I really believe it. Chose it as a way of life in 1982. When I look at the calendar, it shows 40 years and 41 years now, actually. It was 40 in 2022. And I chose it back then as a way of life. Life in motion is a way of life. Life without motion is stagnant. There's no life when there's no motion. And we flow in a way that awakens our body weight to shift from one leg to the next, one foot to the next. Feel the flow. This is all that we have to give to gravity, our body weight, our flow, body weight. Make sure you have 2 circles here, 2 circles going. I like to play with the rhythm, move them much faster and then come back to slow. Ready? So how do I move them faster? Not with the hands going like this, but with the hip joints going a bit faster. Because the hip joints is the central command. If they will move faster, the hands will move faster. So get into the flow and give a bit of a rhythm to your hip joints and belly button, left and right, left, right. Slow down. When we slow down, we want to come to the low clouds. Lower clouds, meaning the hand is rising to our belly button, blowing in the wind. Wind blows through the cloud. It's the meditative version of the cloud heads. We can sink into a deeper meditation. Remember several key points along the way. When we are up and down, the hands are carrying a ball, carrying a big cloudy ball with the North Pole and the South Pole. Feel it. Feel the relationship between them, the energy between them. And when you go away, let this upper hand work with the lower, with the foot below it, pressing on the ground. Press, that would move the rest of the body. And carry a ball, allow it will be this hand with that foot pressing down. So all of a sudden we have a lever, we have a handle, and works this whole pattern. Use it as a mantra. You can do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Sink into deeper meditation. Feel the flow at our feet, at our hip joints, in our hands, arms, shoulders. And we move on and on. So I want to make sure that we have enough time for cool down. In the cool down, we sum it all up, we summarize. Now this stance of feet together, I actually take the bone of one foot and stick it into the arch of the other. So they're standing really close to one another and the knees can lean one towards the other. I call it the tree of life because we have one trunk but many roots. And these roots can spiral down, spiral up. Feel the roots spiraling down. Let the body expand and embrace the entire universe, from one side to the next. My Kabbalah DVD, it says, now it's actually an online program. You can access it from where you are. It's a digital, I put it on digital, but back then in Australia, we made it on a DVD. It's called Mina Ulam Vada Ulam. One end of the world to the other end of the world, one infinity to another. We are one. With the oneness, the interconnectivity of all things. All floating in space. 365 days around the sun, 24 hours a day spin, constantly in motion. Even when we sleep, everything around us is spinning. When we connect to this rhythm, to this frequency, we're in the zone. Yeah, in alpha zone. So how do we get deeper? We awaken one more thing. We awaken our body, our energy flow, our meridians, side to side, this pattern, that pattern. Now it's time to awaken our soul. And there's a very simple way to awaken the soul with 3 steps: gratitude, loving kindness, and compassion. GLC. Gratitude takes us right there. You can't be grateful enough to be standing here and doing it. At the end of the week, I will be traveling to South Africa and I will broadcast from there my Zoom classes, as I always do, 3 times a week. I know you guys are asleep when I give it at 8 a.m. Israel time. I will also broadcast from there, and everybody warns me that there will be a lot of poor people, a lot of poverty-stricken areas, townships. We should be so grateful to have this computer to show us what's happening at the other side of the world. I can see you. I can see Lisa. I can see you guys. That is amazing. The technology. The fact that we standing and not horizontal. Being able to resist gravity, to control and pace gravity. We should be grateful for so many things. So what do we do in order to be grateful with more, not just with words? Words is one thing. It's intellectual properties generates words. I want to use my 3 Dantien. Intellectual properties, the middle Dantien, the heart chakra, Tiferet in the tree of life, Tiferet, the balancing Sephirah. I use my emotions and I use my chi, my strength to be grateful. So all of me at once expand, give it all to gratitude. Right? Expand. I'm always grateful, but once I've done gratitude, I'm doing loving kindness. Oh, everybody knows that loving kindness is the thing. Humanity have discovered it. Every corner of the earth, people know that in the loving kindness mode is the best of the best. And last one, to show that we are human, compassion. Compassion to others, not just to ourselves, but of course, to others. Passion makes us human. This is our soul speaking, saying thank you with gratitude, saying, spreading loving kindness. We're going to shine with our light today, tomorrow, forever, with the inner light, loving kindness, and compassion. Just before we do our final namaste, I will take a second to tell you that I have a YouTube channel that I invite you to subscribe. Just my name, Gad Levy Golan. There's two, one for the law firm. Don't go to that one. It's my law firm, but go to my Life in Motion. Subscribe and you'll see all my recording from my Zoom. And if you can be late at night and it's 8 o'clock in the morning in Israel, we do the sunrise Tai Chi. For you, it's sunset Tai Chi. And it's 8 to 9 a.m. on the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You're welcome to join my, I call it Qigong's gym. And what else I have for you? I have the Kabbalah course, which is digital. And I'm here. If you have any questions through the email, through the website, contact me, ask me. I'm happy to share my knowledge. As you can see, I wrote a book of 360 pages about Qi. It's on Amazon, The Key to Qi, and I'm happy to collaborate. I want to thank Lisa. I want to thank you all for participating. I'm going to go back to Tree of Life stance. I'm going to contract and express my gratitude from above, infinity above to infinity below, through me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes.
That was beautiful. Thank you, God. That was amazing. I really, really enjoyed that. I don't know which of the that I enjoyed more. You're taking us through everything, or the beautiful balancing, but it was just wonderful. Thank you all for being here. I'm aware of the time. We're almost finished with our time together. If you go to my newsletter, go to my website, you can see all of God's links and everything. Just go to Cantor Lisa Levine, join.com, join my newsletter, and I'll send you all the information. Also, Yoga Shalom at home is always pay as you can, but I'd like to collect some funds for God. So if you'd like to send them to me, I'll make sure he gets them. And finally, would you like God to come back? Did you enjoy it? Yeah, me too. So maybe we'll invite him to come back next month or in a couple of months. I'm going to be traveling in April, so maybe I'll have him come back during that time as well. But anyway, I want to just send some healing out to everyone in need of our healing prayer. So if we can just take a moment for our healing circle. And if you'd like to call to mind anyone who is in need of healing, and bringing that healing energy, Qi, into the heart center as we open the hands, inhaling, exhaling, sending that energy, that beautiful healing energy into the world, coming back together, pressing the palms together in balance as we've just experienced today, bringing the whole world into balance and bringing that balance into the third eye, Chokhmah, the wisdom center, praying that everyone in need of healing finds the healing they seek. And then let's just bring that healing into heart center and send the healing all the way through to all the energies that we have gathered today. I wish you a day of peace, a day of energy, a day of heaven and earth, and namaste.
Thank you, everyone.